festive season is upon us. Today is Diwali, and thankfully the air quality index has improved from a severe plus up to very poor, and in certain areas of Delhi, poor, which goes on to make us question as to what exactly was the real reason of Diwali pollution. In fact, there has been rain that has allowed for this weather, this pollution levels to go down, much to the advantage, much to the relief of people living in Delhi. But the big question about the constant demand that is made by political parties, the governments, about stop bursting crackers, because crackers are the primary reason for increase in pollution in Delhi, that reason or that pretext is wrong. And while this is an advisory that needs to be issued across all the states in the country, that bursting crackers is not good for health, it's bad for pollution, it's bad for children, and it's bad for pets. It is also important to ascertain what is the real cause of pollution in Delhi, why wrong causes should not be blamed for the pollution problem in Delhi, and how can the government and the people of Delhi come together, cooperate with each other and find lasting, sustainable solutions to fighting pollution. Let's start my conversation with Chirag Sethi, Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson. Chirag, good to have you on the telecast, and thankfully after Choti Diwali, the pollution levels have not gone up. In fact, the opposite has happened. After rain, the pollution levels have subsided in Delhi. Does this give you some indications and clear-cut clarifications of what causes pollution and what doesn't?
All happy Diwali to you and all the viewers of NewsX. And this is definitely a good sign that from the Lord Rama itself that the pollution has come down. Definitely there are multiple causes because of which this pollution has come down. Rain is definitely one of them. Also the western disturbances, whether the wind has started blowing a little faster. Because of that, the pollution is not staying at a very low level. So we have to realize that Delhi or in the entire North India, the only stubble or only vehicular pollution is not the reason for such a bad AQI. It has multiple factors. Once the cloud comes down, the temperature gets colder, the wind speed is lower, plus all the pollution, all the dust, that all settles at a very lower atmospheric level. So because of that, the AQI usually shots up. So when the rain happened yesterday, that led to a significant decrease in the PM 2.5 or PM 10 levels, and that is how the AQI got better, and today even the wind speed is better. So that is the reason why the AQI is better, and that is how it has been all through the year.
Okay, again, so then Chirag, talking about how it is bad, it does not bode well for anybody to burst crackers on a very large scale, and that goes out for everybody, not just in Delhi but across the country or across the globe as well. But then bearing the brunt down for crackers to be the real reason for pollution would not also be right for the government, would it?
See, burning cracker is not just the only reason. It is one of the reasons, and again, depends which crackers are we talking about. There are crackers that burst at the floor level. There are crackers that go into the atmosphere at a higher level and they burst. In many countries, you are only allowed to burst crackers that go up in the sky and burn. They don't allow crackers that burn at the ground level because of the same reason that the pollutants will stay in the atmosphere for a longer period of time. So we have to understand, even in the Supreme Court, they said about the green crackers, that there are things that can actually lead to that enjoyment of crackers without harming our environment. So even I look at my son is 4-year-old. He has something like a small pataka kind of thing, which you throw and it bursts. It's like two stones that go with each other, and it doesn't pollute. It doesn't create any smoke, and it is something that he enjoys also. And we have also told him that this is something that you go with, and he understands that these crackers are bad for him, bad for his health. So if you see somebody burning crackers, he understands this.
Okay. All right. Do we have Charu Pragya as well? She is the BJP spokesperson. Charu, if you are here with us. Okay, we'll try to get Charu on the telecast in just a short while, but I also have with me Sandeep Chandra. He's a political analyst. And Sandeep, the situation that Delhi presents itself in view of Diwali season, and unfortunately for us, we are able to breathe cleaner air compared to the polluted air that Delhi witnessed last Diwali and last to last Diwali and last to last Diwali and Diwali prior to that, and all thanks to the rain gods who have unceremoniously come and out of season rain that has hit Delhi. But that's you can't rely on nature to help you out and find a solution in the last minute for the woes that are man-made, that have been created by humans. So a sustainable effort is what we all are looking at, we all are aiming at. Now, how do we deal with it? The Supreme Court has intervened several times in the past, this time as well. Ideally, action needs to be taken where the parali burning happens, at the root of the cause.
Yeah, Megha, is my voice clear?
Yeah.
Yeah, good evening to you, Megha. Wish you a very happy Diwali. You, because of your domain knowledge, you've become one of the most popular news anchors, and also through your channel, all my countrymen. And diving down straight into the topic, you see, fact of the matter is this, that when power goes along with responsibility, the government of the day in Delhi, unfortunately, is Aam Aadmi Party. And for all these years, they have been paying mere lip service to the problem of pollution and AQI. Fact of the matter is this: they said we are, these towers, smog towers, we're going to, clean up Delhi. Nothing has happened. And what has happened is this: that Delhiites are suffering from, day to day, year to year of this bad air, polluted air, which our children, which our elderly, everybody is breathing. We cannot only depend upon Mother Nature, Megha, to bail us out. And also, I find this odd even thing, one of the most foolish things, because time and again, scientific studies have proven odd even is not the answer. And Aam Aadmi Party, they said, what can we do? Parali is burning. What can we do about the crime situation? The crime, law and order is not in our hands. What has happened in Punjab? So the CM should, come out and say, look, I am a total failure as far as pollution is concerned, and we have not been able to solve this problem. Why? The government of the day in Delhi is responsible. On the other hand, we have our most iconic and the most respected Prime Minister the country has ever seen, Mr. Modi. He walks the talk. All his projects have been delivered before time. So it is high time that Aam Aadmi Party sticks the neck out and say we are to be blamed.
Okay,
every time you cannot depend on rain gods.
Sandeep, yeah, you're absolutely right. But also there has to be cohesion, there has to be cooperation between the central government and all the state governments. That was also one of the big advisories, that was also one of the big statements that had been made by the Supreme Court. So the question we continue to ask as Delhiites or people who live in Delhi is why are we having to bear the brunt of the political motives or the political paralysis that Delhi or other parts of North India face in wake of this parali burning situation. But Advocate Nishant Rana also on the telecast with me. Advocate Rana, the news cycle of the pollution problem that lasts about 2 to 3 weeks has been cut short now, because the air quality has now suddenly improved because of the rainfall that hit Delhi. I would say this is unfortunate, because then the political leaders and the governments then are not held accountable. They have another 1 year to go back into the hearts and minds of the people, and they are let off on an easier note. And the same problem, cyclical problem, will happen next year as well. And then we'll wait over there, say that here we pray to the gods that they rain over here in Delhi so that we don't have a pollution problem. We are able to breathe cleaner air, relatively cleaner air than we are used to. And the cycle goes on. So what is a one-stop solution to it all?
Yeah, first of all, Megha ji, wishing you a very happy Diwali, and to all the panelists also here, wishing them a very happy Diwali, and all your viewers. First of all, yes, you have raised a very good question. It's a concern that tomorrow or next year we will be discussing the same thing. if we see this situation and the government to be blamed, right now the Punjab has Aam Aadmi Party's government. I still remember in the year 2012, 13, 14, when this party was a young party and was forming, our chief minister said कि सरकार के पास कभी भी पैसे की कमी नहीं है, नीयत की कमी है. And today what we see, the main issue is the parali burning from Punjab. There are almost 26,000 cases till September till now of parali burning. And what the Punjab government says, Punjab government is doing what? They are registering FIR against the farmers. ये किसान अब खेतों में काम करेंगे या कोर्ट के बाहर खड़े रहेंगे? The main thing the government must do, they should purchase this parali at a very meager rate from these farmers. If the government funds will be utilized on a good cause, then I'm sure that next year you will see there will be many less cases of parali and the city will be polluting free.
Okay.
Yeah.
Advocate Gyanendra Mishra also on the telecast with me. Advocate Mishra, is this right for governments and politicians to blame Diwali for the bad pollution problem Delhi has?
No, thank you, Megha. And once again, from my side as well, a very happy Diwali to you and all the panelists. And may this Diwali be very prosperous, joyful, and thankfully the pollution free as well. So I was hearing, the panelists speaking and all, but my view is that, see, there is no point of making a political statement on the pollution, because the pollution, particularly in Delhi, and for that matter, the whole of North India, is now a matter beyond seriousness also. Nothing can be more worse and dangerous than this level of pollution that we are forced to live in with. And obviously, there is no one solution to this problem. It is a very complex situation. And the Supreme Court, the government, the bureaucracy, the civil organization, everybody is struggling to find out an answer for it, but obviously there is no one answer. Obviously, I would say that there is, I will not say the lack of political will at all, but the kind of commitment that is required from every stakeholder, including the powers to be, is completely lacking in tackling this
yes,
problem.
That's exactly what the Supreme Court has also come out in its observations.
This is what the Supreme Court has also said. And this is what we are hearing in this debate also, where people in the name of political analysis and otherwise is only blaming one particular government for it, which I don't think is the right thing to do. And
no, not only are political parties and governments blaming each other, but they are also blaming a festival. They are blaming Diwali for increased pollution, which is not the truth.
And yes, and you see, obviously, if someone will, if the people will burst the firecracker, there would have be some impact. But this is not the only reason and the perennial reason for this, And therefore, to blame only the crackling of fire to create pollution or the level of pollution that we are consistently forced to live in with is not the right thing.
Okay.
But, the whole point is that we as a citizen need to understand that this pollution level is killing all of us slowly and slowly.
You're right.
And therefore, every efforts from every stakeholder, including individual, is needed to find a solution of it.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Sandeep Chandra, quickly, if you could get into this conversation, you wanted to make a point.
Say that blame has to be put. Fact of the matter is the buck stops as far as Delhi and Punjab is concerned with the respective chief ministers. One has to take the bull by the horns. What has Aam Aadmi Party done in the last 5 to 7 years of being in power in Delhi? They have done zero. And fact of the matter is, earlier they used to blame Punjab. they are basically, Delhi is affected by mostly by the parali burning in Punjab. What has happened in Punjab? They have not been able to tackle this problem. So fact of the matter is this: by Mr. Kejriwal is a master of excuses. You should learn from Mr. Modi. He walks the talk and he does what he says.
Okay, fair enough. Let's get Chirag back on the show with us. Chirag Sethi, Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson. So Chirag, my only contention, a problem with the government of Delhi would be, being a Delhiite myself, that why would the government want to blame a festival? Why blame Diwali for the pollution problem whose genesis is not from crackers, but genesis from parali burning, from the farm fires coming in from Punjab?
Megha, just 2 seconds, I would like to answer Sandeep ji. I think you don't need a BJP spokesperson when you have some political analyst who is doing the Modi Bhakti. And I just wanted to tell you, even in Mumbai, the pollution is an equally big problem, and there is no Aam Aadmi Party. And Modi ji is badly failing everywhere, every department, every project he's failing, but he will not stop his Modi Bhakti, that is okay. Secondly, Megha, we have never said Diwali is the problem. Diwali is an auspicious festival for all of us. We all love this festival. It is just that the environmental factors plus vehicular pollution plus the air, the movement of the airflow and all these factors combined. If you look even at the affidavit that the Punjab government has given that they will reduce the parali by 50%, they have been stuck on their word. They have done that. Even after the Supreme Court said, they have been on the ground. You will see pictures of people with the fire extinguisher on the paralis. Even if somebody has burned it, the officials are there on the farms and they are making sure that the stubble burning is not happening. Do you see that in Haryana? No, you don't see that in Haryana. Do you see that in Uttar Pradesh? You don't see that. See, we agree that Delhi, we have this pollution problem and our government is working on it. But what about people who stay in the NCR towns? Somebody who stays in Greater Noida, somebody who stays in Faridabad. Nobody is talking about all those areas because this is not a problem of a specific city or a specific state. This is a problem of the entire North India. The center government needs to step in. Mr. Bhupender Yadav, the environmental minister, has to step up on this. He cannot just be busy with the Madhya Pradesh elections. And he stops taking the meetings. Our minister has written to him well in advance that we need all the 5 states to come together to sit down and have a meeting. Supreme Court also said the same thing. You get all the 5 states together, get the central minister and see what kind of measures that you can take. Because the time between the paddy to be harvested and the sowing of wheat, the time is very less. You cannot have a measure that will take longer time. You have to do it quicker.
Okay, all right.
The central minister will never understand.
Okay, I don't know. All I'm saying is that swift action, stern action, firm action needs to be taken by governments, particularly from the areas where there is larger percentage of stubble burning, which is directly aiming at Punjab government, aiming at Punjab and the farm fires that emanate out of Punjab. And Advocate Nishant Rana, as a resident of Delhi, now, do you think there's some clarity in knowing that if action is taken in the right direction, and it starts off from this year itself, there will be a relatively large change that we will be able to see in the kind of air we breathe next year?
Yes, why not? If everyone will follow the time to time the guidelines issued by the government, yes, there will be a drastic change. Like, in fact, if you take me, I'm not using my car since the government has made a got that notification that only BS4 and BS6 cars will run in Delhi. So I'm not using my car. I'm just using the cab, or I just ask my friends who has the 6.2 car that please take me, and they are cooperating. So we have to follow because there's a very good thing. Be the change you want to see in the world. If every individual will follow and will think that it is their duty as the citizen or as a human being, first of all. So yes, there will be a drastic change. There must be awareness for this.
Advocate Mishra, you also live in Delhi. Again, I'm going to raise this point, whether it is about, blaming it on Diwali or having odd even schemes to put in place, or having this batti on engine off scheme put in place. Why do you think people of Delhi, do you think the middle class of Delhi is the one who ends up bearing the brunt of it, has to end up paying the price for all these schemes, all these pilot projects, all these hit and trials that the government utilizes just I don't know, to just keep the people occupied, simply because they want to act as if they're doing something without actually having done anything?
No, Megha, I think that's the right question. See, if you are personally asked me, I would be with the government for any decision that they take to control the pollution. Obviously,
but the decision needs to be sensible as well. Now, there has been an odd event that has been put in place in 2016. After that, successively, that scheme has not put in place. In 2023, the Supreme Court has also questioned the Aam Aadmi Party government, questioning what is the effectiveness of it. So I'm saying, how do we know the government is working for the people of Delhi?
Megha, please let me complete now. So I was making the same point that you are making. But see, if the odd even has a less impact on controlling the pollution, or bursting the firecracker will have a minimal impact on controlling the pollution, I as an individual would support that decision. But I would not say that should the only decision that the government needs to take to control the pollution. These are the knee-jerk reactions to have some minimal impact on immediate controlling the pollution. But pollution in Delhi, and for the matter entire North India, and now even in Mumbai, is a very serious problem, and that requires deep thinking, deep policy making, deep strategizing, and a complete cooperation between all stakeholders, including every citizen, government, industry. So to say that and to try to score the political brownie point on such a sensitive issue, in my view, completely frustrates the very purpose. Where the blame game starts, the political sludge fest starts, and the real issue of controlling the pollution, which is increasing every year, is lost in this political slugfest. So this is the last thing I will do while I'm on a debate on a issue of pollution. This is the last thing I wish to make any point about.
Chirag Sethi, would you like to respond now? How many Delhiites are confident, have belief in the government that actions that the government takes is actually benefiting or in favor of the people living in Delhi?
See, we always speak on numbers, we always speak on data, and the data is suggesting that this year we have about 200 good days for the air. The CAQM data is suggesting that there was 31% decrease overall across the year in the PM 2.5 values. So all these data is suggesting, even the green cover, if you look at, has been increased to
23%
in the last 8 years. So this is suggesting that the government is working. Even at the SURFER website,
we still have the same bad pollution problem during the months of October and November. The rain god saved you. The rain god saved the Delhi government. Otherwise, you would have, I don't know if you would have been able to pass that proposal, allowing for artificial rain for 1 lakh rupees per square meter. I wonder where the Delhi government would have gotten that money from. It is taxpayers' money. So you're not really actually finding a solution. When you're not really finding solution to the problem, which is stubble burning, and then utilizing taxpayers' money for coming up with these very expensive stopgap solutions. Simply you want to appease the people. Simply talking about, yes, we have taken an action when you've not.
The numbers have definitely gone down. And if you look at all over majors, that has been taken into account, that they are there. And that is showing that the number of good days of air has gone up all across the year. So what we're trying to do is, but there are some measures that are short term, there are some measures that are long term. So if the pollution is at a severe plus level, the Delhi government is thinking of doing something to increase the good quality of air. So if that leads to, that was just an idea that was given to the IIT Kanpur, that if you feel that this is the right choice, maybe that the environmental conditions are favorable or not favorable,
Okay.
you don't do all that. It
Okay,
was just
all right.
proposed.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.